sports in Nigeria witnessed a bittersweet experience in 2019. The D Tigers did great in retaining their Afro-Basket title in Senegal, while SA Brome ended the country's 6-year wait for a medal at the World Championships. Football suffered arguably the worst hit of the year, with the Super Falcons and Olympic Eagles failing to qualify for the Tokyo 2020 Games. In this special report, our sports correspondent, Austin Okunakpan, reviews events in 2019 and the expectations for 2020.
In April 2019, Tijani Cole and his wife Susanna defeated France 8-5 to give Nigeria a first-ever curling championship game victory, becoming the first African nation to achieve the milestone. In August, Mr. Sunday Dare was appointed the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, and his first duty was to motivate Team Nigeria at the African Games in Rabat, Morocco. Egypt ruled the event while Nigeria finished second.
We're looking directly at the issue of technical depth, the question of coaching, camping, training, and the trials that they need.
Football in Nigeria struggled to smile in 2019. The Super Falcons failed to book a place at the Olympics, and it will be the third straight Olympics the Falcons will be missing.
It's just football. I mean, these things happen in football. You see this every day, but I mean, sometimes you just have to take responsibility and just let the whole thing out.
The situation worsened when the Olympic Eagles also crashed out of the qualifying campaign.
It started better than it ended on the field. But generally, the fact that we got through that year has been a real success, because it's been a tough year.
The women's basketball team, the D Tigers, made 2019 a memorable year. They retained their Afro-Basket title in Senegal and now have a task to qualify for the Tokyo Games.
We have a chance to go against Mozambique, and we can have a game against Mozambique. So it's going to be the first time in the history that we're going to have a both male and female Nigerian basketball team at the Olympics.
It is the year of the Olympics. The ministry has assured things will be done differently, but former athletes have different opinions.
Strictly speaking, it takes 4 years to prepare for the Olympics. And it takes 4 years and hours of training and competition. We don't have that.
There's been a lot of distractions, and I will not be surprised if the team wouldn't do well.
2019 brought mixed feelings to sports in Nigeria, and when you take a closer look at the issues, there's need for the country to have a reflection, to think about rebranding and how to sustain development when it's achieved. From the Campus Square Mini Stadium in Lagos, Nigeria, Austin Okunakpan, Channels Television News.
Turkish side Galatasaray has confirmed a deal has been reached with French side AS Monaco for the temporal transfer of Super Eagles forward Henry Onyekuru through public disclosure platform PDP. According to the notification made to PDP, the deal is going to last until the end of 2019-2020 season without an option to buy. Onyekuru joined AS Monaco on a permanent deal from Everton last summer, but struggled to enter into Leonardo Jardim's plans. The transfer fee for the deal is €750,000 and fixed transfer salary paid to the player is going to be €650,000. Chelsea's Callum Hudson-Odoi scored one goal and made another as the Blues beat Nottingham Forest 2-0 in their English FA Cup third-round tie. The hosts only needed 6 minutes to score as Hudson-Odoi cut in from the right and shot into the bottom corner. Lucas Moura's header ensured Tottenham Hotspur will have an FA Cup third-round replay with Championship side Middlesbrough. Chris Martin's close-range strike gave Derby County a shock win at English Premier League Crystal Palace. Sheffield United knocked out non-league side AFC Fylde. Queen's Park Rangers beat Swansea City 5-1. The Iranian government says it will no longer abide by any of the restrictions imposed by the 2015 nuclear deal. Under the 2015 accord, Iran agreed to limit its sensitive nuclear activities and allow in international inspectors in return for the lifting of crippling economic sanctions. President Donald Trump abandoned the deal in 2018, saying he wanted to force Iran to negotiate a new deal that would place indefinite curbs on its nuclear program and also halt its development of ballistic missiles. The Iranian government, in a statement today, said it would no longer observe limitations on its capacity for enrichment, the level of enrichment, the stock of enriched material, or research and development. Al-Shabaab has carried out attacks on a military base used by Kenyan and U.S. forces in the Kenyan coastal region of Lamu. Eyewitnesses say they heard gunfire and saw plumes of black smoke from Camp Simba on Manda Island. The Kenyan Defense Forces said an attempt was made to breach security at Manda airstrip, but the attack was repulsed, adding that 4 militants were killed. A spokesperson said a fire caused by the attack had been extinguished and the airstrip was now safe. Now, good news about the bushfires in Australia. The Prime Minister, Scott Morrison, warns they could go on for months. He's announced the creation of a recovery agency to help those who have lost homes and businesses in the fires. Authorities say this weekend has seen some of the worst days of the crisis so far, with hundreds more property destroyed. Rural towns and major cities saw red skies, falling ash and smoke that clogged the air. Conditions eased in Victoria, New South Wales on Sunday after temperatures and wind speeds dropped and some light rain fell, but authorities have warned that the danger is still far from over.
Our concerns are obviously now looking out over the next sort of 24-hour, 48-hour period. This is a ferocious fire that is still out there, and the climatic conditions are going to be very difficult to contain that in the next 24 to 48 hours. That's why the evacuation messages are so incredibly important. These fires are at a scale that has been said on many occasions now, unprecedented, particularly for this time of year and the length of the fire season and the absence of the dousing rain that can tend to see some of these larger fires getting under control under different circumstances.
And the main news again. The Inspector General of Police today placed his men on red alert over the killing of Iranian military commander General Qasem Soleimani by the United States military. He said that the alert became important in the light of credible intelligence report that some domestic interests are planning to embark on massive public disturbances and sabotage. Also today, the former vice presidential candidate and senior pastor of the Lateran Assembly, Tunde Bakare, asked President Buhari to get involved in the process of choosing his successor. And finally, Iran has declared it will no longer abide by any of the restrictions imposed by the 2015 nuclear deal following the murder of General Soleimani. That's News at 10 tonight. Thank you for watching. I am Amarachi Ubani. Good night.